Hello, I'm Rebecca and welcome to my garden. So today I'm just going to lead you through a real gentle, low to the ground practice that will hopefully leave you feeling refreshed and relaxed and ready to get back into your garden. So you're not going to need a lot to start. You don't even need a yoga mat. So just do this wherever you feel comfortable. But you are going to want either like a sturdy blanket or a beach towel. And we're just going to take that blanket or beach towel into sort of this long rectangle shape, and then we're just going to give it a little roll. Like that. So it's about this long. You're going to want to support your torso and your head. And then just another thing real quick before we get started, we're going to put this behind us. If you are new to yoga, the big thing to remember is you never want to have any pain or pinching. Some gentle, stretch is good, but never any pain or pinching. So if something doesn't feel right, please don't do it. Remember to always listen to your own body. That's what yoga is all about. So let's get started. So we're going to take that rolled blanket or towel right behind us, and then we're going to bring it right up to the low back, like so, and then we're just going to lie on it. Easy peasy. Making any adjustments. So we want to make sure that the head and spine are supported. And then we're going to take the arms out to the side. Slightly tuck the chin. We don't want the throat too open. And then we can close the eyes or soften the gaze. And you can take your legs however you like. You can have the knees bent, maybe the knees sort of falling into each other, or you could take the legs out long, whatever you're comfortable with. And then with those eyes closed, we're just going to start to breathe deeply in and out of the nose. Yoga is very much about connecting to the breath, linking breath to movement, and just giving yourself the time to sort of settle back into yourself. It doesn't necessarily have to be super physical or very fast. There's lots of different yoga. Today we're going to keep it pretty chill because you've probably been pretty busy in the garden. So we're just relaxing here, getting this nice shoulder opening, feeling the shoulders melt down, away from the ears, down towards the mat, down towards the floor. Or maybe you're outside in your garden like I am. Just this nice counter pose from bending over a lot, picking, digging, weeding, all the things. And once again, just coming back to that nice deep breath in and out of your nose. Just focusing on the breath, nothing else. Feeling that inhale and that sweet exhale. Now, if at any time lying like this becomes too much, you can remove the blanket and lie flat, or like I said, just move to another position. Yoga is very much about listening to your own body, doing what feels right in your body, not striving to look like what we think it should look like. Take a few more deep breaths here, really relaxing those shoulders, relaxing the face. And this is a great pose if you've had a long day in the garden and feeling tight in the upper back. This could help to give some relief. Take one last big breath in this pose, in through the nose. And this time sigh it out through the mouth. And then ever so gently, we'll just roll to one side. Remove our prop to the side. And then we're going to come to lie back down on the mat. Just taking a few moments to notice how that feels. And then we're going to go ahead and move the feet a little bit in, bend the knees if they're not already. So we want to have the knees in line with the hips and the ankles sort of right underneath the knees. So you're kind of making this nice shape here. And then we're just going to lift up that right leg and place it on top of the left knee. So we call this, some people call it sleepy pigeon or figure four stretch. Lots of different names. We're going to flex that top foot, and we're going to start to sort of press this right knee away. So you can stay right here if you're feeling like, ooh, this is like a good stretch. You can stay right here. That's perfectly great. Or you can go ahead and hug that left knee into the chest, maybe reaching behind the left thigh or for that left shin to get a little deeper stretch. So again, yoga is not about striving to look like someone else in a magazine. It's totally about just listening to our own body and doing what feels good. That's why I encourage you to soften your gaze during the practice or close your eyes. Because we're all different and it's going to look different for everyone. And it's supposed to look different for everyone. So again, just coming back to the nice, even breath in and out the nose. Slightly tucking that chin. We always want to keep a nice curve in the back of the neck. Breathing into this nice stretch here. And maybe you can hug it in a little bit tighter if you're hugging in here. And then let's gently release, bringing that left foot back to the floor. Taking the hands to the back of the right thigh, we're just going to take that right foot up to sky. And we're just going to rotate the ankle, spread the toes, point and flex. And then we'll bring the foot to stillness, maybe pull in that right leg a little bit more, closer to the chest. And then we'll release, nice and easy, bringing that right foot back to the mat. Bringing that left foot up. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So again, flexing that top foot, taking a moment to notice how this side feels. One side tends to feel different than the other. And you may want to just stay right here for this side. Or after a few moments of breath, you may want to reach down, hugging everything in a little bit tighter. And always coming back to your breath. Focusing on nothing but the inhale and the exhale. Nice and smooth and even. In and out the nose. Again, you may want to pull a little bit tighter if you have a hold of the opposite leg. And let's just go ahead and release the right foot down, hands to the back of the left thigh, and we'll take that foot up to sky. Same thing on this side. Point and flex. Rotate that ankle. Maybe you get some cracks and pops. That's okay. Spread those toes nice and wide. And then we'll bring the foot to stillness, and we'll bring that left leg a little bit closer in. And once again, we'll slowly release that foot back down to the mat. And then we're just going to take the knees a little side to side, nice and slow. Going as far as feels comfortable for you. A little windshield wiper action here. And then when you're ready, we'll make our way to one side and we'll press up into a nice, comfortable seat. So this can look any way that is comfortable for you. You may want to sit cross-legged like I am. You may want to sit with the legs out. Again, just any seat that is comfortable. You could sit on the blanket or something else if you need a little extra height. That's totally okay. But we'll just come up to a nice, comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall with our spine nice and long. And again, let's take a moment to soften the gaze or close the eyes. We'll take just a few deep breaths, once again, in and out the nose. Let's go ahead and just drop the right ear to the right shoulder. I don't mirror, so it'll look sort of opposite. Again, nice relaxed shoulders, Let's bring that head back to center and left ear, left shoulder. And finally, we'll come back to center. We'll drop the chin to the chest, lengthening the back of the neck, and then nice and easy, chin over to the right shoulder. Back through center and chin over to the left shoulder. And again, back through center. And we'll lift our head up. Let's come into some shoulder rolls. So just nice and easy, rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. And still breathing nice and full, in and out the nose. And then the next time the shoulders are up to the ears, really squeeze them up there. We're going to sort of take the gaze up, and we're just going to rock the head side to side. So it's like we're giving ourselves a little neck massage. Again, nice and slow, nothing too fast. I'm sure you're very busy, so this is a great time to just slow down. Okay, and then we'll bring that to stillness. We're going to keep the shoulders really squeezed up, big breath in. And then as you exhale, drop the shoulders down. Let's do that again. Really squeeze the shoulders up. Squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them. Big breath in. Then we're going to exhale, drop the shoulders, and exhale out through the mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, squeeze them up. And then we can just sit, feeling those shoulders relax. And we'll go ahead and make our way into a twist. So we'll go ahead and take that left arm straight back behind us. And we can do this a couple of ways. So you can keep the right hand on the right knee and just do sort of more of an open twist, which is great. Or you can go ahead and bring that right hand over to the left knee and go a little bit deeper. But again, always listening to your body. It's going to be different for everyone. And we'll just start to take the gaze over to the left. And then as we exhale, we slowly start to gaze back even more, twisting deeper every time we exhale. Taking our time, there's no rush here. We don't have to just go right fast into the pose. We can slowly make our way into it. Again, nice relaxed shoulders. And then we'll just as slowly release. Coming back to center. I always like to pause a moment at center. Again, nice big breath in. And full breath out. And let's do the same thing on the other side. So right hand comes behind. Figuring out if you want to do more of an open twist or if you want to bring that hand over. And then slowly taking our time to just twist back. Maybe taking that gaze back over the right shoulder. And we'll go ahead and slowly come back to center. And again, we'll pause here for a breath. Big breath in. Long breath out. And let's make our way into a side stretch. So right hand comes down to the mat or to the ground. Let's inhale that left arm up and over. You can just keep the gaze forward. If it feels okay, you can take the gaze up. And you can have a little movement here. It doesn't have to be static. You can rotate the top wrist. And we'll come back to center, pausing for a breath. Big breath in. Long breath out. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So left hand down, right arm sweeps up and over. And rotating that wrist. And coming back to center. Again, nice big breath in. And long breath out. So just taking a moment to check that you're still sitting up nice and tall. We don't want to be sort of slumping in the low back. Again, that nice long spine. And let's go ahead and clasp the hands. We're just going to press them out in front of us. Getting a nice little wrist stretch here. And again, at any time, if something doesn't feel right, just feel free to do something else that does feel right for your body. And let's go ahead and lift those hands up. Still pressing the palms away. Big breath in. Long breath out. Let's take one more big breath in. And then as we exhale, we're going to release the hands and slowly, 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 as if we were moving through water or something very heavy, bring the hands all the way down. Maybe you notice some tingling, and that's okay. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Bringing the hands back to the mat. And when the hands touch the mat, again, nice big breath in. And long breath out. And we'll just do a few sun breaths. Inhaling, sweeping the arms up. Nice big stretch. And then exhaling, slowly bringing the hands down. Again, inhale them up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale down. Then we're just going to do some real basic circles. So we're just going to sweep that left arm up and around. Just a couple of times. Getting into those shoulders a little bit more, noticing how this feels. And then we'll reverse that circle, sweeping up and around in the other direction. And then we'll just go ahead and switch sides. Nice, slow, big circle. And again, we'll switch sides on this side. we'll bring that to stillness. Let's go ahead and make our way into tabletop or hands and knees. And if this doesn't feel great on your knees, you can always take that blanket or beach towel if it's uncomfortable to be on your knees and just pad the knees. We don't have to be uncomfortable. And then we're going to come to a nice hands and knees position. So your wrists are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. And we'll just do some cat-cows. So that just means dropping the belly down, imagining we're a cow, and this is like our udder. And then we come through and round up like a Halloween cat. Pressing that spine up. Dropping the head. And then we just go back and forth with the breath. Moving through cow and cat. Linking your breath with your movement here. Going nice and slow. We'll go ahead and bring that to stillness. And we'll move into thread the needle. So go ahead and lift the left arm up. And then exhale, we're going to thread it through, coming to rest on that left shoulder. Walking that right hand forward. And nice, easy breath here, in and out the nose. We'll go ahead and bring that right hand closer to the face, and we'll slowly rise up, nice and easy. Taking a moment to pause here in neutral spine. And we'll go ahead and do the other side. So right hand comes a little bit in closer to center. Left arm raises up. And we'll thread it through. Coming to this side one more time, just for a couple of breaths. And we'll inhale, rise up. Changing sides, left hand comes into center. Inhale that right arm up. And exhale, thread it through. Coming onto that right shoulder. Left hand walks forward. And we'll go ahead and bring that left hand back. Rise up to center one more time. And we'll come into that side once more. So left hand comes to center, right arm reaches up. And exhale, thread it through. Trying to relax here, softening the face. And let's go ahead and rise back up into our tabletop. And we'll do a little bit more cat-cow. Exhaling into cat. Inhaling, dropping that belly into cat. It should feel real good on the low back. And then we'll go ahead and make our way into a child's pose. So just taking the knees wide. And settling back onto the hips, coming into a child's pose. Maybe resting the forehead on the mat or pillowing the arms, resting the forehead. Again, finding what's comfortable. Just allowing yourself to soften in here. And back to the breath. Nice and easy, in and out the nose. Let's take a couple more breaths here. In and out the nose, nice and soft. And then we'll slowly start to rise up. We're going to go ahead and make our way back down to our seat. And then back down to our backs. Making any adjustments. So we'll go ahead and come to lie on our back once again. Maybe taking a moment to just take the knees a little side to side. Or hug the knees into the chest. And we'll just go ahead and plant that left foot on the ground or take it long, your choice. And with the hand on the right knee or on the right thigh, we're just going to swirl that right knee around. Just getting into that right hip. And then we'll take that left leg long if you haven't already. And we'll start to take, let's start to sort of bring the hips a little bit towards center, and then we're going to bring that right knee all the way over to the left, or as far over as you like. And we're going to take that right arm out long to the right, coming into a supine twist. Now you can take the gaze straight up, you can gaze to the left, or if it feels okay with the neck, you can gaze to the right for a little deeper stretch. Again, this will look different for everyone. Maybe you just twist a little bit, maybe you twist farther. Doesn't matter. Listening to the body, doing what's right for you. Always taking a moment to make sure that the throat's not too open, slightly tucking that chin. And then coming back to that breath. Really using this yoga practice to reconnect to that sweet breath. To that full inhale. And that complete exhale. We're breathing all the time, but how often do we actually get to enjoy it? Get to notice it. Get to appreciate it. And nice and easy, let's bring ourselves back to center. Shifting the hips back to center, taking that right leg out long. And just pausing for a moment. Just giving yourself this chance to notice any sensations, or maybe the absence of any sensations. And then we'll go ahead and bend that left knee. And same thing, we'll just sort of swirl that left knee around. A little side to side, a little swirl, making a circle, or a swirkle, as I like to call it. And then we'll go ahead and do that same thing on this side. So shifting the hips a little bit more towards center. Bringing that left knee over to the right where it feels comfortable to you. And then taking that left arm out long if that's available. You want to relax into the shoulders. And remember, every side may be different. So the side you may need to make some adjustments, do something a little bit different. Again, taking that gaze where it works for you, either up or to the side. And noticing if there's some place that you can soften here. Can you soften the forehead and the neck? No need to be holding any tension anywhere. And let's go ahead and release. Hips back to center. Once again, both legs out long. And just taking a moment to breathe deep and absorb it. And then moving into a bridge pose, let's go ahead and bend the knees once again, bringing the feet flat on the mat. And again, lining everything up. So knees in line with the hips, ankles underneath the knees. And we're going to do bridge with breath here. So you want to make sure that you have enough room behind you to put the arms back overhead. So arms down by the side to start. Again, taking a moment to slightly tuck the chin. We don't want the throat too open. And then we're going to keep the forehead, or excuse me, we're going to keep the head stationary. So we're not going to move around when we start this. You just want to keep gazing up at the sky, or with the gaze soft or closed. And what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, lift the hips up. And as we do that, we're going to keep the knees in line with the hips. We don't want to open up the knees to the side or bring them in towards each other. We want to try to keep them right in line with the hips. Nice straight lines here. So as we bring the hips up, we sweep the arms back behind us. So a real dynamic movement here. And then as we exhale, we bring everything back down to the mat. And then we just move with the breath back and forth. Inhaling, rising, sweeping back. Exhaling, bringing everything back down. And then just going back and forth a few times with your own breath. Let's go 2 more times. And then on that last one, let's keep the hips lifted, but we'll bring the arms back down behind the back, clasping the hands, and maybe lifting the hips a little bit higher now. Maybe rolling up onto the shoulders a little bit. Coming into your best bridge pose here. And really lifting those hips up, keeping those knees in line with the hips. Nice big breath in. Exhale it out. Let's take one more big breath in here, lifting up as high as you can go. And then as you exhale, we'll slowly, 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 slowly bring the hips all the way back down to the mat. Again, a little knee side to side, a little windshield wiper. And then we'll go ahead and bring the soles of the feet to touch and just let those knees fall open to the side. You can bring the hands to the thighs if that's comfortable. We'll just be here for a few moments. So we call this butterfly pose. So imagining that we're little butterflies opening our wings. And let's go ahead and bring the knees back together. We're going to take both feet straight up to the sky, and it doesn't have to be fancy. You don't have to have the legs straight. The knees can be bent. Maybe you want to give the feet and the legs a little shake. We're just letting blood flow in the other direction. We all spend a lot of time on our feet in the garden, so giving them a little rest here. And then we'll go ahead and make our way into happy baby. So you can either grab the backs of the thighs, you could also just hug the knees into the chest, or you can grab the outsides of the feet if that's available. Coming into that quintessential sort of baby pose. That's why we call it baby pose. You can do a little rock side to side. Starting to wind everything down here, coming to the end of our practice. And then we're going to go ahead and make our way into Shavasana. So that is the last pose that we do in yoga. So that just means you make yourself as comfortable as possible. That could be lying on your back with your feet flopped out to the side, arms to the side, palms up. Maybe you want to lie on your side. You could even lie on your belly. This is the closing pose of a yoga class. It's also called corpse pose. This is where we let all the good work we just did settle in. So once you're in your most comfortable spot, you could use the blanket or the towel to either cover up or for a pillow. We'll go ahead and, again, soften the gaze or close the eyes. Let's take a big breath in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. Big breath in through the nose, filling up. Exhale. Once more, big breath in through the nose. And exhale. And then just letting yourself breathe naturally and softly. Softening the forehead, softening the eyes. Releasing any tension from your jaw. Allowing your neck and shoulders to be soft. And allowing this sense of softness to move down through the shoulders, through the upper back, the chest, the middle back, the ribs, the belly, and the low back. The upper arms, the elbows, your lower arms, wrists, and hands. Just releasing any tension and feeling soft and relaxed all through your upper body. Allowing the hips to just melt into the floor, into the ground. The legs are soft and relaxed. Releasing any tension from the bottoms of the feet and the toes. Just really giving yourself permission here to relax, to be soft. Nothing to do. Except to just be here. You can take as long as a Shavasana as you need. And when you're ready, we'll start to wiggle the fingers on the toes. Starting to bring your awareness back to your mat, back into this space. If you're outside, maybe just taking a moment to notice if there's any breeze on your skin. Or what sounds you hear. And then we'll just start to bring some gentle movement back in, maybe gently rocking the head side to side. Rotating the wrists. We'll bend the knees. You can hug the knees back into the chest. A little rock side to side. And then we'll go ahead and make our way to our favorite side. And just pause there for a moment. Enjoying the last few moments of quiet and stillness. And feeling gratitude for your practice, for your breath, and for doing something for you today. Knowing that we can't give from an empty cup. And when you're ready, we'll slowly press ourselves back up into a comfortable seat. Again, finding that comfortable seat for you. Sitting up nice and tall. Keeping that gaze soft. And then just taking a moment to sort of scan the body. Notice the breath. And just notice if there's any change from when we started the practice to now. My hope is that you feel a little more relaxed, but I know sometimes it's hard to turn everything off. This is why we practice. And then taking the arms out to the side, going to take a big breath in together, sweeping up all this great energy we just created. And then we're going to exhale, sealing it right into our heart center. Slightly bowing our head, bowing into our own inner wisdom, our own inner light. Thank you all for sharing your practice with me today. I wish you peace and love and relaxation. Namaste. Thank you. Hey friends, thank you for joining me for my first yoga class in my garden. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me all feedback in the comments so that we can make improvements, and hopefully I can keep doing these types of classes if you guys enjoyed it. I also have a Buy Me a Coffee link if you would like to support me in that way. I truly appreciate it. I will put that in the description, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks so much. Bye.